Hello, sports fans. Mauricio here. Well, I've got two big topics, but they're both a little easy or quick, so I'll put them both into one video. So, first thing I want to do is this left join, right join, inner join. What's the differences? And the next thing, if we have time, is to talk about granularity. That's the level of detail of the data. Is it customer level? Is it city level? Is it state level? So first with the left join, right join. So an inner join pulls the values in common. In this case, any product that's sold, show it. Show me the details. What about the products that didn't sell? Don't we want to show that to the manager? So an inner join will hide, in this case, the products that don't have any sales. Well, I mean, maybe that's what you want, but what if a product used to be popular, but now nobody's buying it? Wouldn't you also want to know that, Mr. or Ms. Manager? Sure. So we want to know the products that aren't even selling. So how would you do that? So I need to get all the products, whether they're sales or not. Now, how you can do that, in this case, is we have sales details first, and so we need to get all the products. So in this case, we're going to think of this as the table on the right. So it's the second table. So maybe the first table in your mind is on the left, and now we're joining another table on the right. So get all the products, whether they're in the table on the left, sales detail or not. So just to bring that to something easy to see, why don't we put total units in the order by, and so we should now see all the products that haven't been sold yet. So sometimes you want to put I don't know if this is good or bad news, but sometimes you want to put bad news in the face of the manager. In my personal career, I was both yelled at for showing bad news to my boss and hiding bad news from my boss. But we came to the agreement that we should just tell him everything that's going on. Anything I couldn't fix, bad news, he wanted to know about. He didn't want to know about the things I could fix that were bad news. That's my concern. But the things I couldn't fix that were bad news, he wanted to know about it so he could support me. So in this case, do we want to hide that these have never been sold? Maybe we could say, well, show me the products that weren't sold, but they were sold last year. That's a little more advanced. That's a where not inquiry. We'll do it in the subqueries in MIS 420, or at least another video later. But in this case, we want to get all the products from the products table. Now, what if we had, when we created this query, what if we had put the products table first? And we would say, we would say left join. So get me all the products from the first table, which you can think of as on the left, or above is on the left, and the one to the bottom is on the right. I mean, there's other videos where it's I or someone else will bust out a Venn diagram. But what this means is get all the products from the first table, and then rather than just join the products in common from the sales table, get me all the data. Now there won't be any sales details table for half of the products, but that's what we got. So if you were to put the products table first, which might have some products that are not in the details table, then you would use a left join here. So normally you just have a join to show the fields in common, and we're going to go from 49 products down to 32. So we have a bunch of products that are not sold yet. So how would you figure out what products are not sold yet? You could just select star from. Well, you would have to join the tables. So let me see if I could do that for you. Well, I was trying to figure another way to get the list of products that weren't sold yet. And this is one thing I came up with. Well, here's a way to get the units, the products that haven't sold anything yet without using a join. So this is a little advanced, and you'll see it again another day, but might as well finish what we started. So go get me the products from the products table. So these are the product, this is the products table, where the product is not in the sales details table. So this is a select where not in command. So if we select the products from the details table, show me the products that haven't been sold yet. So again, in this case, give me a left join and get all the products. Okay, so they're sorted. And let's see if this having works. Having number times sold equals 0. Cannot use the alias in this case. You cannot use an alias in a group by or a having, so we'll just go and put the formula right back in there. So we can't use the alias in a group by or having, but we can put the original formula. So let's see if this gets us down to 17 rows. All right, so that worked. So it's okay, we got to see a having, but get me all the products from the products table, whether they have a sale or not, and then let's go ahead and filter that down to where the count is 0. Now we also have this total units sold. So I guess you could say where, select star from products where total units sold equals 0. But then that's assuming that number is correct, but that would have been the easier way. So that's interesting. There's always an easier way. Let's take a look at granularity. All right, let's talk about granularity, but before we get going here, when I ran this, I got nulls here, and I went back and looked at these columns in the customers table, and they do have a default value of 0, and Louis Shelton and Daffy Duck did have zeros there, but when we totaled it up from the sales details table, it turned it into nulls, and little strange things like that happen. So here's another trick: is null. So if the sum of line total is null, then go ahead and put a 0 in that spot. This is the hard part. So 1, 2 on the left, 1, 2 on the right. All right, so is null is pretty handy. So it's is null, left parentheses on the left, and then comma 0, close parentheses on the right. All right, so 8 customers. Let's bring in city. Now, am I going to have more rows or less rows? or the same rows? Answer, same number of rows. Okay, what if I put in state? Will I get more rows or less rows? You'll get the same. Well, you'll get the same. So this data is not based on city or state. The granularity or the level of detail is customer. All right, so if I took customer ID and name out, will I have more rows, the same, or less? Well, that's easy. We're going to have Pullman, Moscow, Seattle, San Diego, and Sydney. So whatever that was, 4 or 5 or 6. So interesting, we have Washington twice. Group by city. So we have, we have 6 separate cities. So if I put customer back, so right now the granularity is city. If we take city out, then of course the granularity will be state. So will we have the same number of rows or less? So we should have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That kind of being an error there. So we should have 5 rows based on state. So again, though, if we brought city back, so right now the granularity is on state. If we brought back city, what would the granularity be? So the granularity is based on the most detailed thing, the most detailed dimension in the select statement. And we can use the term hierarchy. Customers belong in cities, cities belong in states. So the most granular, the most detailed is customer. The least granular equals the most summary is a state. So right now, if we add city, do we have more cities than state? Yeah, I think by 1. So we're going to get 6 customers now. And so if we brought back customer, are we going to have more rows or less? So right now the granularity is city. Now, why am I going through all this? Because you need to care about the person who requested the report. Give them the data at the level of granularity, the level of detail that they want, and maybe 1 or 2 levels more detailed. So if you had a district manager for the state of Washington, give him or her totals by county, and then they can drill down into totals by city or zip code within the county. So you have to think about what's the level of summarization that the report reader will want. Now in Power BI, you can make a hierarchy and people can drill down or roll up, and we'll do that, of course. But here, it's very interesting that the calculations can all stay the same, but you could change the number of rows based on your dimensions. So if I took state off, would you have the same number of rows? Yes, because the granularity is on the more detailed thing, customer. So 8 rows, 8 rows. If I took out city, would I still have the same number of rows? Yep, because the more specific thing is customers within city.